my puppeteer story, which, it was one of those situations where I represented somebody who had a very household name, we'll say, came from a family of old money. And this gentleman, really, really sweet guy, he was, very educated, all Ivy League schools, up the wazoo, again, basically an alphabet after his name. But he loved puppeteering. And so he was a puppeteer. And, when he came to me, I joked about I've never met a real puppeteer before, but this was his passion. And being that he had the financial means to follow his dreams, as opposed to what, people with a different last name may have to go out and actually earn lots and lots of money. He didn't have that. So yeah, he would do children's birthday parties. He'd do it in the park. Like he would do these things. And he made I think he made maybe $20,000 a year. And he was marrying a school teacher. And his family was, of course, like, oh, we need a prenup. And, this was kind of the funny part about it, is that actually he really didn't, because all the money that supported their lifestyle was coming from trusts. The trust owned their apartment. The trust gave them all their money. The trust paid for everything. They would go to vacation homes on vacations. Like it was all family stuff. And the $20,000 he was earning, that was going into the marital pot for whatever that's worth. And the wife also, her income was not substantial. And so we're in this situation where, this prenuptial agreement did give her, I would say a sizable, what we call a distributive award, which is a lump sum you can receive upon a divorce. And it was way more than what would be in the marital pot. So the attorney on the other side was trying to ask for more and more and more. And I kept saying, I was like, at the end of the day, my client is actually better off not even doing a prenup, because there's no marital money. And I said, and the fact that your client's getting as much as she's getting, she should say thank you and walk away. I said, because he doesn't even need this. He just thinks he does, or his family thinks he does. But when you talk it through, and no matter how many times I kind of explained to them, you don't really need this, they still insisted that they needed it. And that is kind of the irony. And when you marry into somebody that has, a family that has a lot of money, you need to think about, well, there are definite nice things about it. And odds are your children's colleges and private schools going to get paid. But there are times that someone may not, ultimately create a marital pot that will need to be, that will be contributed. And so you can actually be in a less favorable position upon a divorce if marrying into a wealthy family, as opposed to marrying into somebody that may earn money throughout the marriage and build a career throughout the marriage that creates the marital pot that somebody would receive a part of upon a divorce.